Imagine an immense wall of water crashing into the skyline of New York City, the iconic bridges of London, and the sprawling cityscape of Los Angeles. The unimaginable chaos, destruction, and sheer power of nature unleashed upon these bustling urban centers. While this catastrophe scenario hasn't played out in reality for these great cities, the reality is, tsunamis of colossal proportions do exist. They've struck other corners of the globe, leaving behind stories of survival, rebuilding, and resilience. Today, we're comparing the true scale of the most enormous tsunamis in history. Which one of these disasters happened inland instead of on the ocean? And how did two fishermen survive a wave over 500 meters high? Well, keep watching to find out, and subscribe to our channel for more great survival content. Our journey begins on July 28, 1976, with a powerful earthquake in the Bohai Sea near Tangshan, China. The seismic activity triggered a tsunami with waves about 10 meters tall. The quake itself resulted in an estimated 242,000 fatalities, making it one of the deadliest in recorded history. The disaster exposed vulnerabilities in the country's infrastructure and emergency response capabilities. But the city rebuilt itself, incorporating the lessons learned from that fateful day. Next, our list takes us further back in time to the Cascadia Tsunami of 1700. A megathrust earthquake along the Cascadia subduction zone produced waves that were 26 meters tall. They had a severe impact on indigenous populations in the Pacific Northwest, from Vancouver Island to Northern California. Damage caused by the Cascadia Tsunami was extensive, to say the least. It reshaped the topography of the coastal regions it slammed into. Forests were stripped away, and the powerful surges of water inundated low-lying areas, traveling several kilometers inland in some places. Long before scientific instruments and seismographs, indigenous oral traditions spoke of a time when the very earth beneath their feet trembled and the water rose in a tumultuous dance. Scientific studies have drawn the same conclusions, reminding us that multiple lenses can be used to fully view the stories of our shared history. As for survival tips, well, it's important to know the natural warning signs, such as strong ground shaking, and have an evacuation plan in place when in coastal areas. Okay, fast forward now to 2004, when the Indian Ocean tsunami shook the world. Triggered by a massive undersea earthquake, the devastation this tsunami caused was widespread. The death toll exceeded 230,000 people across multiple countries. The sheer scale of this tsunami was unprecedented. Waves, some towering up to 30 meters, surged across the Indian Ocean, striking the coastal regions of multiple countries, including Indonesia, Thailand, Sri Lanka, and India. Entire coastal communities were swallowed by the relentless waves, and bustling tourist destinations became scenes of unimaginable devastation. The destruction extended beyond the immediate impact zone. Infrastructure crumbled, leaving behind the ruins of homes, schools, and vital facilities. If you're near the coast and you feel an earthquake that lasts more than 20 seconds, evacuate to higher ground immediately. Heading to Japan in 2011, we confront our most recent entry. The Tohoku Tsunami, with waves reaching heights over 40 meters, slammed into the east coast of Honshu with unrelenting fury. The damage from these massive waves was both profound and far-reaching. Entire coastal communities were obliterated, and the urban landscapes of cities like Sendai were transformed into landscapes of debris and destruction. The human toll was staggering. The Tohoku Tsunami claimed the lives of over 15,000 people, injured countless others, and left hundreds of thousands homeless. Scars of loss and trauma echoed throughout the affected regions. But the tsunami's impact wasn't just confined to the shoreline. In a cruel twist of fate, the colossal waves breached the defenses of the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, triggering a nuclear crisis that added another layer of complexity to the ongoing disaster. When living in coastal cities, it's essential to be aware of tsunami evacuation routes, practice drills, and have emergency supplies ready. Now, our journey takes us back to October 9th, 1963, to the region of northern Italy. This is the only entry on our list that didn't happen at sea, but that doesn't make it any less devastating. The Vajont Dam, a towering structure nestled in the scenic Piave Valley, held back the waters of the Vajont River, creating a vast reservoir. On that fateful autumn day, a massive landslide crashed into the Vajont Dam. The impact unleashed a colossal wave that surged over the dam and into the valley below. Initially estimated at around 250 meters high, the tsunami rushed down onto the unsuspecting communities along the Piave Valley. Entire villages were obliterated in an instant. Buildings and infrastructure were reduced to rubble. Lessons learned from this tragedy contributed to advancements in dam design, risk assessment, and the importance of thorough geological studies before constructing such ambitious projects. If you live near a dam, stay informed about its safety measures and have an evacuation plan in place. Our final stop takes us to 1958 and the awe-inspiring Lituya Bay Tsunami. Lituya Bay, nestled between the towering mountains and icy glaciers of Alaska, was the stage for a seismic spectacle that defied expectations. The trigger for the Lituya Bay Tsunami was a massive landslide originating high on the flanks of the Fairweather mountain range. The landslide cascaded into the bay, displacing an immense volume of water and birthed a wave of unprecedented proportions. The tsunami surged over the headland at the entrance of Lituya Bay, reaching an astonishing height of approximately 524 meters. This colossal wave ripped the trees from the mountainside, leaving a visible scar. Astonishingly, 2 boats anchored in the bay at the time managed to ride the crest of the wave and survive. The eyewitness accounts of the fishermen aboard those vessels provide a rare perspective on the terrifying beauty of the natural disaster. With its record-breaking height, Lituya Bay stands as a unique phenomenon in the study of tsunamis. It blew away any preconceived notion about how high a tsunami wave could get. And it was a reminder that these huge waves aren't always generated at the bottom of the ocean. These stories we've uncovered remind us of the incredible spirit of humanity in the face of adversity. Want to know how a woman survived the massive waves of the 2004 tsunami in Thailand? Well, we've got her story right here on How to Survive.